Welcome to Moto Smartphones channel. Are you looking for a Motorola smartphone that balances value and performance? This is the space Motorola is targeting with its latest Moto G Stylus 5G 2024. It combines many of last year's phone's features into an entirely new, much more polished package. On paper, the 2024 version of the Moto G Stylus is surprisingly versatile, but like all Motorola phones, questionable software support weighs more than easy home runs. Is the Motorola Moto G Stylus 5G a good phone? So, Motorola has launched the 2024 version of its Moto G Stylus 5G budget phone, and it comes with more than a few upgrades over its predecessor, making it a better phone and more worthy of its $400 price tag. Is Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 worth buying? The Motorola Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 has a bright screen, great battery life, and a handy built-in stylus, making the phone worth buying. However, the phone is held back by underwhelming cameras and software support, which is common on mid-range phones. In addition to the great look and feel of the phone, it adds some cool features. It features a 3.5mm headphone jack, expandable storage space of up to 2 terabytes via microSD card, and an IP52 rating for dust and water resistance. Motorola Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 specs. The 6.7-inch OLED panel is a significant upgrade over the LCD screen on the Moto G Power 5G 2024. It offers vivid colors, deep blacks, good viewing angles, and ample brightness. This also applies outdoors in direct sunlight. The full HD Plus resolution, 2400 by 1080 pixels, and the 120 Hz refresh rate look great. My only complaint about the display is the Gorilla Glass 3 that covers it, and I've already noticed a few scratches after a few weeks of use. Powering the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 chip. It is far from the latest smartphone chip. However, combined with 8 GB of RAM, it worked perfectly on the Moto G Stylus. Scrolling through apps was smooth. Marvel Snap, with medium graphics and 60 frames per second, played well, and other apps like Microsoft Teams, YouTube, and Duolingo ran without issue. It's not the fastest phone I've used, and I did experience some occasional stutters, lags here and there, but those were minor inconveniences. This is often a low score for budget smartphones, especially the recent Moto G models. Surprisingly, the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 performs quite well here. The new Moto G Stylus has a 50-megapixel primary camera, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide angle camera with a 120-degree field of view, FOV, and a 32-megapixel selfie camera. Additionally, the ultra-wide camera allows macro vision to function as a pseudo-macro camera. And you know what? The phone can take pretty decent photos. The 50-megapixel main camera is the highlight here. Mostly, it captures sharp, nice-looking photos you'll be happy with. Colors are often more saturated than I'd like, but that's my biggest complaint. It's a reliable camera sensor with which I've taken many good pictures. Less impressive is the 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera. I appreciate how much wider the field of view the 120-degree FOV provides, but the image quality isn't up to par. Photos taken with the ultra-wide camera may look good at first glance, but if you look closely, you'll quickly see how unimpressive they are. Images look flat and overly sharp, and the colors often differ significantly from the scene taken with the primary camera. It works in a pinch, but it's not particularly good. Since there's little to complain about, let's talk about battery life. It's great. The Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery that can easily last 2 days on a single charge. Even with 2 hours and 30 minutes of screen time, including gaming and watching YouTube, the Moto G Stylus easily gets through the day with over 60% battery remaining. This is enough to get you through the second day. The battery is very efficient, even when not in use. One night at 11:15, I stopped using my phone. 64% battery left. At 7:25 the next morning, there was still 60% left in the tank. The Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 offers surprisingly good charging options when the battery runs out. Wired charging speed is up to 30 watts. It's not incredibly fast, but faster than the much more expensive Samsung Galaxy S24 series and Apple iPhone 15. The Moto G Stylus also supports wireless charging up to 15 watts, which is convenient. Conclusion: if you're in the market for a phone with a stylus and don't want to spend a fortune, the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 will be hard to beat. With an upgraded 120Hz OLED screen, up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, and up to 256 gigabytes of storage, it maxes out the specs slider in its $400 price range. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel.